Welcome to our daily Forex market analysis, and this is for trading on June the 8th, 2021. Just a quick disclaimer here before we get started. This is for educational purposes only. Trading is a risky business, so please be careful with your money. As usual, we'll start by taking a look at our calendar here. So coming up on Tuesday here, we have some data, economic sentiment numbers here. These will be important for the euro. If they come in better than expected, we're likely to see euro go up as a result of that. And we have employment numbers here as well. So same thing, if they come in better, we are looking for a euro to go up as a result of that. And then trade balance numbers here for US and Canada. So this, if this number here decreases, that is a good thing. So that will show the gap between exports and imports. And we do want the trade balance number to be positive, not negative. So any sort of decline here in the negative number would be good for the US dollar. Other than that, we have business confidence numbers for New Zealand and consumer sentiment numbers here for Australia. Again, any numbers that are better than expected would be good for those currencies. Now, we are seeing the US dollar. We had talked on Friday, US dollar with the non-farm payroll, the numbers didn't come out very good. As a result of that, we saw the US dollar drop, and we are still seeing that continuation for the drop there. So let's take a look at our charts here. This is where we saw the US dollar reverse on non-farm payroll. Now we are seeing that continuation higher. With this one here, we could see price continue higher. In terms of support resistance, I think there is still some room here. It could go all the way into 1.2225 levels. So we will keep an eye on that. The momentum, it's still bullish. So with this one here, so this is kind of what I'm looking for. So a bit of a pullback and then a continuation higher here. So bias is bullish and target is 1.2225. So bullish bias for euro dollar. Pound dollar here, this one is still a range bound here. It's been trading sideways here. Now we do have a bullish candle close. So with this one, I am looking for price to go higher. The concern with the pound dollar would be that price is right into this resistance. So last twice here in a row, price wasn't able to break through the resistance. So if we see a retest and then it still doesn't break through, we're basically looking for a move back into the range here. So bias is neutral here for pound dollar. I'm looking for a bit of a move higher, and it could even go all the way into 1.4230. But overall, I'm just looking for price to be sideways here and trade within this range that it has been trading. So watch out for price going all the way into the high. That could happen as well. But overall, neutral bias for pound dollar. Aussie dollar here, this one is coming into resistance, so we need to be careful with this one here as well. This is where price has reacted several times at this resistance. Last time it was here, it turned around, so watch out for it. The candle that we have, it's smaller, which means the momentum is fading a bit. So right now, neutral bias for this one here as well. This is back into the range. It had broken out of this range it was trading in, but now we are back into the range. So at this point, I would be watching out this 0.7770 level because it may fail here. This is a strong support resistance level right here. Now it can go all the way into the next resistance level here. So that is definitely something to watch out for. So neutral bias and target here, it could go all the way into 0.7810. But for now, we'll watch out the 77.70 level. So neutral bias here for Aussie dollar as well. Basically, I'm expecting a range bound move within the range here. New Zealand dollar here. New Zealand dollar also looks a little like it's fading, the momentum is fading here. We do have bullishness in this candle, but it's just nowhere near as strong as this other candle was. So at this point, neutral bias, completely neutral candle close here. But last time we had a neutral candle, it still moved up. So we have to be careful. Basically, that's what a neutral candle means. But the support resistance level here is strong. And if we go all the way here, we can see how many times prices reacted at this level, which makes it strong, whether we can see whether it's a strong or a weak support resistance level. So at this point, watch out for this move here. It could turn around where it is, but it is neutral. It could go higher as well. It could go all the way into 0.7300. So that is also an option. So first target is 0.7250. Second target 0.7300. Dollar CAD here, this one is still neutral. Price hasn't really done a whole lot here. It's been trading within this range. It's still stuck within this range. Today's candle close is completely neutral, not much going on in the market right now. So neutral bias basically, sorry, excuse me, neutral bias here. I'm looking for price to trade sideways here as well, between these two levels here, 1.2150 and 1.2010. So neutral bias here for dollar CAD as well. All right, so looking at the commodities here, starting off with silver. Silver looks like it wants to move higher here. As we can see, price rejected the support level, and now we're looking for a retest of the previous levels. Target here is 28.20, and then watch out at this resistance level because price could turn around. So bias here is neutral to bullish. It's still within this range, but now we're targeting the top part of the range. So neutral to bullish bias here, 28.20 is the target. And then with gold as well, gold is also looking bullish here. First target here is 1910 and then 1916. So neutral to bullish bias here as well, looking for price to move back higher. Oil here, oil is pulling back a bit. Looks like we could get a drop here. The target in this case is our previous levels here at 67.85. So this is the type of move that we could get. So bias here is neutral to bearish and looking for it to drop a bit. Copper here, copper is in a range still. It bounced off of the support. And now we are into, this one could go a little higher at 4.52. That would be the target, but it doesn't look very strong. So we could see things brewing here. So neutral bias here, but watch out if it holds below today's high at 4.50, we're likely to see a drop. Bitcoin here, Bitcoin really struggling. Looks like we could get a drop here. Price has been sideways here and it's pushing into the support level. So we could get a break here, and next target here is 29,800 and then all the way into 28,800. So bearish bias here for Bitcoin. S&P 500, this is, it's holding there, which is a positive sign, but the candle close is not very strong for the day. So no true direction here for S&P 500. Overall, it's still holding on to that bullish bias, the long-term bullish bias that we have, but it hasn't broken through the resistance, which means it could come back, it could turn around. So we'll keep an eye on it. Bias is neutral for S&P 500. And then we have NASDAQ here. NASDAQ also looking bullish. It is into resistance, so keep that in mind. But next target here is 14,000 or 13,965. So bias here is slightly bullish. And then Dow Jones here. This one seems to be, this one looks like wants to come back in. Into the range neutral to slightly bearish bias here. So looking for a bit of a drop towards 34,230, and then we'll see how it reacts at that level. But neutral to bearish bias here for Dow Jones. DAX here, DAX is looking bullish actually, trying to push through. It is still into that resistance, hasn't managed to close on the other side of it. It struggled with this for the last week here. So right now, neutral to bullish bias. Once it gets to the other side, then it truly turns bullish. So we need to see something like this, but right now it's not quite ready yet. It's struggling with this resistance level. And today's candle, not a very strong indication of break just yet. However, it is holding the high, which is a good sign. That means we could see a break. So bias is neutral to bullish here for DAX. And FTSE here, FTSE still stuck in a range. At this point, no clear direction. So neutral bias, we could get a retest and then a drop. So looking for a move between 71.26 and 7,000. So neutral bias here for FTSE. And then we have Nikkei here. Nikkei also into the resistance level here, and it hasn't broken out yet. So I'm looking for a retest here of 29,200, and if it holds, we're looking for a move back down towards 28,500. So bias here is neutral for Nikkei. All right, so that's it for today. You guys have a wonderful trading day, and I'll be back again tomorrow. Bye for now.